Hey, how's it going, guys? I wish you're doing good today. After we made the first video in which we spoke about the scientific analysis that the ETS provided us with, and actually they revealed this analysis or these charts from a long time. Today I want to apply the definitions or the terms that we mentioned in the previous video, and I want to show you how can I apply these definitions or terms into my response so that I can get the score I need easily. But we need to make a quick revision. We said that if I want to get the 26 plus, I need to speak fluently, right? So fluently means I need to have a high speaking rate. It means I speak fast, but I have a clear speech in the meantime. Also, I have not to have many pauses and to have a sustained speech, and also not to make many repetitions. Regarding the pronunciation, I have to have a rhythm pronunciation, which means I have to use intonation and to speak naturally and to learn how to use the intonation, which means I have to raise or go up and then fall in a natural way. Also, I have to be very careful and watch myself when I pronounce the vowels, and always I compare my pronunciation to a native speaker's pronunciation. This is the way through which I can improve myself and I can practice efficiently the vowels pronunciation. Then we said that we have to use a variety of vocabularies and synonyms also. So when we consider all of these factors or we take them into our consideration, we will surely get the score. And you will find out a big surprise that the speaking test of the TOEFL IBT is not a complicated test, but it's a very easy test to get. It's a score, but on one condition: you have to learn how to act smart and you have to depend on the scientific analysis. Okay? This is the deal here. If you don't agree with the deal, it's gonna be so hard for you to get this exam done. Okay, now in this video I told you I want to apply the definitions I want to show you. Okay, so I will start by doing task 1. As you know, they will ask you about your opinion. Which one do you prefer? Do you agree or disagree? We all know the structure. We all know the strategy and know the templates, and we did know all the details of this task. I don't want to repeat some repeated information that we all know about, but I just want to show you how I will apply the definitions or the terms or the factors or the hints or the clues into my response. Okay? So in task 1, let's say for example, do you agree or disagree? Students should be assigned a lot of homework. Give some reasons and examples. You have 15 seconds to prepare for your answer and 45 seconds to give your response. Three, two, one. I definitely agree with the statement that children should be assigned a lot of homework. One of the reasons why I feel this way is because they will not waste their time watching harmful television programs. I remember my spoiled nephew who used to watch television programs for 6 hours every day. As a result, she became so rude, tough, and aggressive. In the reality, these programs contain explicit contents, violence, and bloodshed. When she went to his doctor, he advised her to stop watching such harmful programs. Also, when they are assigned a lot of homework, they will be very well prepared for the college. I remember when I was a college student, I didn't have any problem to have a lot of homework because I already had a great deal of homework when I was in the high school. That's why I feel this way. See? Maybe I have one mistake, but I'm speaking naturally. I'm using intonation. I didn't pause wrongly. I'm trying to speak fast with an appropriate speaking rate. And if I didn't do any pauses, I will get 100, as I have explained before. I will get 100 in the pause frequency factor, then directly I will get 100 in the sustained or the spontaneous speech. One of my friends told me, Sam, I don't know how to speak fast. I speak actually, I'm not that fluent. I told him, okay, let's practice first the pause frequency and the sustained speech. We need to learn how to do pauses and learn how to have a continuous or sustained speech or spontaneous speech. Then you're not gonna repeat yourself. Like, I can't say, like, when I was, I need to go, I don't want to repeat the sentences. Like, you have some sentences and they are, fixed. Just try to use synonyms. This happened to me. I remember that I used to use the word or the verb lead, let. Sometimes I feel like it's in my mind and I use it a lot. No, you have to change. Let, lead, contribute to. Try to find synonyms. Try to use a variety of vocabularies and verbs so that you show them that you are able to express your idea within more than one way. Now, I want to do task 2. We know that in task 2 we have to give our response in 1 minute. We know that we have a reading section, we have a listening section, which is a conversation between two students, and we care about the student who will have, the majority of the speaking in the conversation. This is a student that we will focus on. Okay? We will focus on his or her opinion, and we will get from the opinion or from this opinion two main points with reasons. You will tell me, Sam, do I conclude or not? You want to conclude, it's okay. You want to do it organized, no problem. Let's say, for example, you give the response and you couldn't find enough time, and you're so close to get the minute ended up and you can't conclude. It's okay, no problem. It's okay, as long as you gave your response covering the ideas, you're speaking fluently, you have a good speaking rate, you're okay. Okay, let me show you task 2. I have here in front of me some notes, so I'm not using the timer, but most likely because I practiced a lot, so I'm pretty sure that I'm in the average of the minute. Okay, maybe I'm gonna give the response in less than a minute also, because I may speak fast. Okay, let's do task 2. In another video we can discuss some techniques. How can we take notes? This is not a big deal, in my opinion. It's not a big deal to take notes. It's easy. But in this video I'm trying to concentrate on how to apply the scientific terms that we got from the charts into our response here, so that we get the score quickly. And I'm sorry if I say quickly, because even if you don't get it quickly, you have to find out your weakness and you work on it and you're gonna get it. Okay? Okay. Okay, I'm ready. I'm gonna start now in task 2. According to the announcement, the university is starting an energy saving plan. They are going to install energy saving lights in the library and they will reduce the AC in the library on hot days. In the conversation, the woman's opinion is that she doesn't agree with the announcement. First, she said that the university has not thought about all the consequences. The overhead lights will be too dim. There are reading lamps on the table that the students don't use now. But when they switch to dimmer lights, the students will turn them on. As a result, all savings will go away. In addition, the woman says that right now the library is the best place to get studying done because it's comfortable and quiet. But if the university turns the air conditioning down on hot days, it won't be comfortable. Students will go to the dorm, and as a result, the dorm will be so noisy. It will be loud, busy. That's how the woman expresses her opinion regarding the announcement. As you can see, I concluded, I mentioned the 2 points the woman said. I was speaking, I'm sorry because I didn't have it in front of me in the meantime. Let's do another example from task 3. Let me show you how can I identify the scientific term, how can I relate a definition of a scientific term, and then I relate it to the lecture in which the professor is explaining, as we know, the scientific term. In this lecture, the professor will explain the scientific term by giving an example about himself, or giving an example of an experiment that some researchers have made, whatever. We just have to focus, and when we listen, we have to be very careful. Write down fast your notes, let them clear. Don't write stuff that distract you. Like if your notes are not organized, they will distract you, and when you start to give your response, you will find it very hard for you to give your response. Okay? Let's go into this task 3. According to the reading, the suspension of disbelief is our ability to put aside our doubts and believe actions in a play are real. This allows us to become absorbed in a play and respond emotionally. The professor gave the example of when he was in college and he went to see a play and his roommate was in the play. At first, he was distracted because he saw his roommate Rachel dressed up as an old man pretending to be older. As the play went on, he saw him less as his roommate and more as an old man who was working very hard and lost his job and got sick. The professor felt sad and worried. As the play continued, the family came together, everyone got a job and the father recovered. The professor felt relieved and happy. This example illustrates the suspension of disbelief. What do you think? Okay? If you're still speaking slowly, don't worry. Okay? If I say, according to the reading, the suspension of disbelief is our ability to put aside our doubts and believe actions in a play are real. So, I want you to practice how to give the response without wrong pauses. That's the main. Then by more practice, you will get your speaking rate higher and it will be faster. So to speak fast, it's a matter of time, it's a matter of practice. Don't worry about it, okay? But at least adjust the pauses now. So you guarantee the pause frequency factor and the sustained speech factor. So you guaranteed 200 over 100. And the speaking rate, you're gonna work on it. By more practice, you will improve it, or you will get it improved. Okay, let's go and see question number 4 on the speaking test, which, as you know guys, it's a lecture. And in this lecture, the professor usually covers two main points, two main techniques, two main keys, two main whatever, right? We need to know the main topic of the lecture, and then we get into the two main points. Most likely we will have examples covering the 2 points. We need to mention the examples in an organized way. Then you want to conclude, okay. You don't want to conclude, that's fine. You have just to mention the main points, speak clearly. You can't speak fast, start practicing slowly. But teach yourself how to speak correctly first. As I have said, I'm repeating myself. Why do I repeat? Because I'm telling you what will help you out to get the score. So focus, please. First, learn how to pause correctly. I pause with a comma, with a full stop, by the end of a sentence, right? But I don't pause in the middle of a sentence. This will drop the pause frequency factor down, and then will consequently drop your sustained speech factor down. Then we can improve the speaking rate. And if your speaking rate is already good, you're good to go. Okay? I don't want to forget to speak also about the vowels. I said, how do we practice vowels? Please, if you didn't watch the first video, it's very critical, very essential for you to watch it and see what is the definition of each term. We need to depend on the scientific analysis. I'm repeating, because this exam is so hard to be passed randomly. Like you're getting an idea from one tutor, from here and from here, from here, and you actually are struggling, stopping at the 23, stopping at the 24, and you're going every time to the test, and you're getting the same score. I don't feel this is, correct. So if I do that, I'm not smart. If I'm a smart guy, I have to learn how to find out my mistakes, how to get them fixed, right? Then I will get the score. Let's end by the lecture. Question number 4. Here we can say the lecture is about the environmental conditions that affect how artifacts are preserved. 2 conditions discourage bacterial growth. The first is aridity, which is lack of moisture. Bacteria can't survive well if it's dry. The professor gives the example of tombs in Egypt that had bright wall paintings on them. Egypt is arid, and so the wall paintings look very bright as if they have been painted recently. The second environmental condition is a lack of oxygen, because bacteria needs oxygen to grow. The professor mentions that at the bottom of the ocean a ship was sunk that had vases on it. These vases were very well preserved and intact because at the bottom of the Mediterranean Sea there is not very much oxygen. That's it. I'm not using the timer, but I promise next time I'm gonna use the timer, and maybe also I can get the notes in the meantime. I had the notes already, so next time, in the next video, I will do another exam, and I will do it, and I will take the notes, and I will show you my notes. How did I organize my notes? What are the main points I take in my notes? I will discuss this in the next video. And I'm willing to help you guys, because I don't want any one of you to struggle as I have struggled for many times and for so much time. Like, I felt so upset. Why? Like you want to do something and you can't. You can't find out the way. That's sad. I want to give you an advice. In your life, generally, if you can help anyone, just help. Please. If you help, you will be helped out later on. That's an inevitable fact of life. That's a reality that we all have to believe in. Whatever your belief is what. So, when you get your test done, help others to get this test done, because you will always find a lot of people, are struggling. I see some questions on the group of the TOEFL and in many groups on the Facebook. They are asking questions which give me an idea or a reflection that they have the wrong mindset. They still have the wrong mindset, which will block them from getting the score. If I have a chance, I would, write down in every group, but it's very hard. So we have to help each other. And in the next video, I promise I'm gonna do a detailed notes. How do I take the notes? How do I organize them? Do I have to write down a lot of notes or maybe simple details? Some of us have a good memory, some of us forget. We will discuss this. The last thing that I want to mention in this video is the psychological factor. What I'm going to speak about is a very important thing, and we need to know how to deal with this kind of problem. Okay? When we go into the exam, we feel we are stressed out psychologically, we are very overloaded, and some of us will start feel annoyed or afraid. Maybe some will have like a kind of panic attack. I had one of my friends who shared her experience with me, and she told me I got many panic attacks inside the exam. Today I want to tell you some good news. When you practice smart and when you know where are the weaknesses, you're not gonna have this struggling again. And you're not gonna have this kind of feeling again. But rather, you will feel so confident, so comfortable. You're gonna go to the exam very relaxed. Why? Because I went to the online ETS test, the speaking test, and I got the score many times. I got 28, 29, 30. I know I'm gonna go and get it. How do I reach this level? That's what we are discussing here in these videos. And I insist on giving you this experience because I don't want anyone, as I have said, to struggle anymore. It's enough for us to waste money. It's enough for us to waste time. That's very enough. And it's enough also to practice in a wrong way. You just have to learn how to exert something called cost-effective effort. One of my tutors long time ago told me, Sam, you have to practice and exert the effort which is called cost-effective effort. Get to the point. Okay? Okay. Thank you guys. I wish you a very good night. And please leave me some comments or share me your thoughts. Any questions? I'm open for free to help anyone. And if you send me any message, I'm gonna answer, even if after some time, but I'm gonna answer. And I wish you all get your score very soon. Have a good night. God bless you, and see you later. Bye bye.